Okay, YouTube, hey, what's up? Symbiosis 2099. I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about Beast Machines because I'm up to episode 6 now. It was the last one I watched, and it was an excellent episode. I was really surprised at how well they did on this particular episode. But there's some things that I've noticed about it that irritate the crap out of me. For one, episode 5. And the real intention of this video is me to talk about episode 6 because I really liked it. But I want to get this out of the way first. Episode 5. The Maximals all go down to Night Scream's lair, and there's this big tree growing down there, and he's like, "Oh, eat this fruit and it will replenish your energy." And they're all just like, "Huh? Eat food? That's the strangest thing. Why would we do that?" When in Beast Wars, several of the bots in Beast Wars talked about eating, the spiders especially. I'm sure, 100% sure, there's one little scene where Rat Trap has an apple core in his hand, and he takes the apple core and eats it, and he makes mention of going to eat garbage and things like that, which I thought was interesting. I mean, they are kind of beasts and robots at the same time. But whenever Beast Machines comes along, they act like the thought of a techno-organic robot is totally new to them. When in Beast Wars, they went through the whole phase where they were stuck in their beast forms that one time, and they had to have Tigatron help them control the animal, the rage within them, or whatever. So it's not a foreign concept, but they act like it really is in Beast Machines. In all of the episodes that I've watched so far, it's just seemed, I understand that the situation is pretty critical on Cybertron, and I can understand how that would kind of stress them out. But they had some dire situations back on Earth in Beast Wars, too. And Optimus wasn't near as big of an asshole to his troops in Beast Wars as he is in Beast Machines. It's like Optimus goes from being this respected and well-disciplined leader of the Maximals, and he really is, I mean, he's a good leader. Then all of a sudden in Beast Machines, he's kind of an ass. And all of the Maximals except Rat Trap, and then Rat Trap has had his moments too, but he's always had his moments where he's kind of like, screw you, whatever, I'm Rat Trap, I'll do what I want. So it's not that odd for him to act like that, and it's not odd for Black Arachnia to have an attitude, because she used to be a Predacon, and, it's kind of just her thing. And Rat Trap's a smartass, but in Beast Machines, everybody's an asshole. Primal especially, it's just, there's been several moments and I'm just going, oh my god, why is he being such a prick? It's like he just yells at him. He's like, "Oh, you disobeyed my orders. What were you thinking? Raw!" And he yells and goes off. And in Beast Wars, yeah, occasionally when they disobeyed his orders, he would be like, "Hey, what were you thinking?" And then he'd go off on him, but not as bad as he does in Beast Machines. Cheetor, too. God, Cheetor is a prick in Beast Machines, man. I mean, he never showed any signs of that really much at all in Beast Wars, if I recall correctly. And in Beast Machines, and that brings me up to episode 6, which is what I really wanted to talk about. In episode 6, Rat Trap, he transforms, and he couldn't up until this point. And Optimus Primal's down because he had to reformat Night Scream. So he's kind of out of commission for a little while. Rat Trap, Cheetor, and Night Scream are on this recon mission into some factory or something. It looked like they were building vehicons there. They're pretty much just like, "Oh, screw you, Rat Trap, stay out of our way, you can't transform, you can't fight." Cheetor says, "Leave the fighting to those of us that can transform, you just stay out of our way." And I'm like, well, that's kind of an asshole thing to say, It kind of sucks for Rat Trap that he can't transform. And it goes on throughout the entire episode, like, so Rat Trap kind of gets out of their way, and he's in this little computer room, and Cheetor and Night Scream come up with this plan how they're going to push the Viacon generals into this energy field, this Jetstorm and Tankor. Well, the way Rat Trap sees it, it looks like, on this monitor that he sees them on, it looks kind of like Night Scream is cornered by Jetstorm and Tankor, and Cheetor's like sneaking up behind him, but Rat Trap can't see him. Well, Rat Trap just like, he really digs down deep, and he's like, I've got to, just this one time, please. And he goes, "I am transformed." And he transforms. And he swings in on a rope, or the Cybertronian equivalent, and boots Jetstorm and Tankor out of the way just in time for Cheetor to leap into the energy field and get messed up. So Him and Nightscream yell at Rat Trap. And Rat Trap ends up, he's hacking into this computer, and Megatron sends some kind of an energy burst down and zaps Rat Trap, but he gets some kind of a backfire off of it, and it zaps Megatron too. So Megatron's kind of out of commission for a little while. He's really weakened, and on their way back to base, Nightscream and Cheetor are just giving Rat Trap down the road. And it shocked me, Cheetor and Rat Trap were pals, they're buddies. And it was just one little mistake, and Rat Trap was trying to help, and he even tells Cheetor, he was like, the only reason that I was able to transform is because, for once, I stopped thinking about myself, and I just wanted to help you guys. And it's like, that's not good enough for Cheetor and Nightscream. They're just like, whatever, you're transformed, your robot form sucks anyway. They go back to base, and Rat Trap overhears Cheetor and Nightscream and Black Arachnia talking about how, Rat Trap's just a liability, and Nightscream says, well, if we're smart, we'll just go ahead and cut him loose before he gets one of us killed. And Cheetor's like, oh no, he's still one of us, we're just going to have to use extra caution when Rat Trap's around, watch over him, protect him. And Rat Trap's like, screw this, I'm out of here. And he leaves. Like, I can't believe that Cheetor would be that big of a douche to Rat Trap. And yes, he was being a douchebag to Rat Trap. And Rat Trap, they were buddies. They fought like the entire Beast Wars together, and they had little petty arguments, but they were still pals the whole time. Like, it seemed like they were really close to me anyway. And then all of a sudden, like in Beast Machines, Cheetor's like, oh well, I'm an asshole, and you guys can deal with it. And so is Primal, and it just doesn't make any sense. But Rat Trap goes to Megatron and makes a deal with him. He wants weapons, because Rat Trap doesn't have any weapons in his robot form, as of yet anyway. I don't recall if he gets any or not. I'm sure he does. But he goes to Megatron because he doesn't have any weapons, and Megatron has weapons, so he goes to get some weapons for Megatron. And Megatron ends up making the deal with him that if Rat Trap will watch over him and be on his side for one solar cycle, is the way he puts it, pretty much through the night. He's got to watch over Megatron while Megatron regenerates. And he said if no maximal hand harms him, then Rat Trap can leave, Megatron will destroy him, and he can leave and take the weapons with him. And he gives Rat Trap this big mech, like, tank thing. It's got these big cannons, and, it looks kind of like they chopped Tankor's head off and just stuck Rat Trap down in there, really. So, then the Maximals come all like, oh, we're going to save you, Rat Trap. Earlier, they were talking about how Rat Trap was a liability, and like they didn't want him around anymore, and then all of a sudden they're coming to his rescue. Rat Trap has to defend Megatron from the Maximals, and he does a pretty damn good job of it. They're all like, oh, Rat Trap's a traitor, Rat Trap's a traitor, and it's like he came that close. Rat Trap came so close to just being like, okay, Megatron, I want to be a Viacon. He came really close to it. You could tell that he really thought about joining up with Megatron because, and it's not because Rat Trap's a bad bot, it's because of the way that Cheetor and Nightscream and even occasionally Optimus treats him. They all just act like Rat Trap's such a piece of crap. And I realize that he's not the most useful of bots now, but Rat Trap is cool, and they can't deny all the things that Rat Trap did for them during the Beast Wars. And it's like none of that matters anymore. None of that matters to them. They're just all picking on him. And it bothers me. It's like such a character change for them that they would just decide to pick on Rat Trap like they do. So Optimus ends up coming in there, and he talks Rat Trap out of joining up with Megatron pretty much. Tells Rat Trap that he's strong enough not to need... he comes in for his classic, I'm the main hero motivational speech. Oh, you don't need those weapons, Rat Trap. You're strong enough without them. But Rat Trap ends up defending Megatron, and Rat Trap said, I kept my word, no harm came to you, Megatron. And Megatron was like, well, you're free to leave. Which I thought was an interesting little thing there. I never saw Megatron as the type to keep a deal. He's just like, okay, go ahead, Rat Trap. We'll kill you another day. Instead of just blowing all the Maximals up. And he probably could have, because Prime was injured. And, the rest of the Maximals had just got done fighting Rat Trap and that War Machine. And Megatron and the other Viacons could have probably took him down right then. But Megatron said, no, I made a deal with you. You kept me from getting destroyed during the night, so you guys can go. And I thought that was awesome. That was really awesome. That was a side of Megatron that I never thought I'd see. And it was cool. It was interesting, to say the least. Awesome episode. It really changed. I want to watch the rest of the Beast Machines now. I really do, just because of that one episode. And I'm sure there's a lot of crappy episodes to come. But I'm hoping there's more like that one. And that's really all I had to say about it, YouTube. So thanks for watching, and I'm thinking I might have a review coming up tomorrow. I'm going to do the Minicon team next, and I'll get to the Decepticon last, and I might not do any more for this week because I've got some Dungeons & Dragons to work on. I had some friends over, and we're going to start a D&D campaign on Saturday, so that should be fun. So I'm probably only going to do 2 more reviews this week, and maybe another vlog or 2 like this. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, YouTube. I'll see you later.